and welcome back to the Spiritual Shitshow. My name is Julie Wynn, and today I want to share with you why I don't always give out psychic information. And I want you to listen to this too, because I don't always want you to receive psychic information. And that might surprise some of you, because I am an intuitive and psychic channel. But this episode is really all about why I don't give out psychic information in my sessions and what I do focus on instead. I'll share why psychic imprints sometimes come through anyway, how to work with them, and why receiving healing or energy work is often way more important than getting answers. So let's drop in. There's this idea out there, and I get it. I have seen my plethora of psychics, especially when my whole life feels like a complete shit show, and I just want the crystal ball. I want somebody to tell me what is happening, what am I doing, what is going to happen? And I get it. When I am in desperate situations in my life, that's when I reach out for help. And a lot of the times when people are really seeking support from me, it's because things aren't easy right now. And I get it. I get it. I always hesitate though when the real questions come in, like, when am I going to meet my partner? Or should I quit my job? Or is my current partner good for me? Can you tell me what's going to happen? And again, I understand. I have been there. We all want clarity when things feel messy and hard. We want to know that we are safe and we're making the right choices. But here's the thing. When we go looking for answers outside of ourselves, we can actually miss the deeper healing that's trying to happen inside of us. Even though I can read energy, and even though psychic information does come through, I don't always offer it because let's just say you're about to go on a date with somebody and the psychic information was like, oh yeah, this is not going to be the forever one. I'm not going to tell you that because obviously you called this person into your life for a reason. There's a bigger lesson here that is swirling outside of you are wanting to find your soulmate. You're wondering if this person that you're going to date is your soulmate. The psychic information is like, oh, no, sorry, it's not. But I'm not going to tell you that because then you're not going to be able to receive what it is that you do need. And that could be just practice going on dates, or this person may be in your life to teach you how to hold a boundary, or it might be offering you clarity on what it is that you do want and what's important to you. So if psychic information is given too quickly, it can interfere with the greater cosmic thing that's happening for you in your life. Receiving psychic information too can sometimes create fear or hope or certain expectations. I remember when I was in my 30s and I was so lonely and I worked all the time and I wanted to know when I was going to meet my soulmate. And the psychic told me it was going to be in 2010. This for sure is the year I'm going to meet my soulmate. And they described this person. And then New Year's Eve came. And I remember how deeply depressed I was because every single person that I met in 2010, I was like, are you it? Are you the one? Are you my husband? And when none of those dates panned out and I was left by myself on New Year's Eve, bringing in the new year, single, when the psychic told me I was going to meet the one in 2010, I was depressed. I was so sad. Now I did meet the one and we have an incredibly magical story that I'll share later, but that didn't happen until 2012. And I had to go through this ride of learning how to date and I had to go through the journey of really finding myself and realizing who I was when I was in a partnership or when I was dating and who and my weird tendencies that I had. I just had to grow a little bit more. And then when I did that, my husband came along and we were instant family. And when I met him, it felt like we have known each other for lifetimes. It was just instant. So I did meet my soulmate. It just wasn't in the year that the psychic predicted. But because I did receive that psychic prediction and I had an expectation around it, it also gave me a lot of sadness and depression and a loss of hope and excitement in my life. And so that's where I'm a little cautious. I always want everybody to use their discernment when receiving information. And I also don't want you to live your life according to someone else's version of the future. The whole goal of receiving energy work or channeled messages, it's all really designed to empower you to connect to your own inner knowing, to trust your instincts, to help you tune in to your wisdom and trust these nudges that are calling you forward. Now, psychic imprints do show up in sessions, and I could say something like, they're showing me this, or I'm seeing this type of energy, or I'm really getting that this is from a past lifetime, and it's showing up now, yada, yada, yada. But I don't treat that as a fixed prediction. I treat it more as an invitation. An imprint, an energetic imprint, is just a nudge. It's energy that wants to be witnessed, released, integrated, or explored. It's not, this is going to happen. It's more like, hey, something in your soul is speaking. Are you willing to listen? Or this part is really lighting up for you. What do you think about that? Is that an area that you kind of want to put a little bit more focus on? How are you receiving that information? And then the real magic is really in your ability to allow yourself to receive healing. When we open to healing, whether it's through energy work, light language, sound, somatic releases, journaling, channeled messages, intuitive guidance, what's really happening is we're shifting these patterns that are in our field, and we're able to clear out stuck energy. We're able to reconnect to the body. We're able to reconnect to our intuition. We unhook from the noise of trauma, expectations, fears. We gain clarity on what's holding us back. And I have seen this in my own life so many times, especially in my healing journey with complex PTSD. Psychic information did not save me, but healing did. And the healing took work. And even though I wanted my future brought to me in a crystal ball, that's not the way it works. It's about healing. It's about self-love. It's about radical acceptance. It's about forgiveness. It's about courage. It's about confidence. It's about so many things, not just having an instant breath around a psychic future that may or may not happen, because ultimately you are the one who is co-creating your life forward. And just as I am learning how to be in my own truth every single day, that is what our work together does. And that's the work that I stand for. So if psychic information does come through, either from me or someone else, this is what I want you to do. I want you to place your hand on your heart and just ask yourself, does this resonate with me? How do I feel about this? Does this sound exciting? Is there a deeper invitation here? And a lot of healers will tell you, take what is resonating with you in the session and leave the rest. But the tricky thing is the mind wants to hook, is always hooking onto something that could be fear-based or something that could be a little bit more interesting or dramatic. So also when we are in psychic spaces or intuitive spaces or energetic spaces, it's really important to connect to the heart more so we can sense the truth and the wisdom that we're connecting with, and a little less of the mind, because then the mind is going to hem and haw over like, well, what does that mean? Or what is it like? It's just going to do what the mind does. And this is also why in our sessions together, I do bring in somatic work, because your body will tell you if it's true. And how we access the energy and the wisdom of our heart and learn how to move energy within our own body and psyche ourselves, that's where the magic is. Psychic information is not a command, and it's not a promise. It's just a mirror, a doorway. And you get to choose whether or not to walk through. In our soul sessions that we do together, I am not here to tell you what to do, even though sometimes it does feel very telling. But what I've realized, it goes from telling to teaching to transformation. My job is to hold space for your wisdom to rise. I will channel messages. I'll feel the energy in your field. I'll use sound, movement, light language, but all of it is always in service to one thing, and that is you, your light, your magic, your choices, your possibilities, your empowerment. And there's nothing more than I love best than to celebrate others on their path, especially when you can see how, when I can pinpoint at this session, this is where you are, and look where you are now. That is incredible. It's incredible. It lights me up. Your reconnection to you is all you need. And that's what creates real transformation, not being told what's coming or what the future is going to look like, but learning how to meet it with your whole heart and soul. So if you've ever wondered why I don't always just give out psychic information, or if I do, there's a lot of caution around it, it's because you are meant to create your future with intention, courage, and support. And it is my deep honor to support you in it all. And if you're feeling called to receive deeper healing, to activate your soul's clarity, to remember just who you are, you know where to find me. You can book a soul session through the link in the show notes, or just reach out. I'm here when you're ready. Thank you for being on this wild, beautiful path with me. Until next time, keep listening in. Your soul knows the way.